Hey everyone, welcome back to the IWP Network, or if it's your first time, welcome hanging out with us. Thank you so much for choosing this podcast, and feedback is always welcome. So make sure to check the links below for all social media links, audio and video versions of this show, and merch. We look forward to hearing from you and hearing that feedback, and enjoy the show. Bangin Beers Podcast, Patreon episode number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Patreon episode, first time ever on the Patreon. We're doing a full lineup of a brewery. We're going to do Trogs. So we have...
It's kind of a lineup / shootout.
Yeah. So we have a little bit of aged here on the show. We got some double Blizzard versus Blizzard. Then we have double naked. Yeah.
I'm not going to say that about because they're still selling these in the brewery, so they're still fine.
Okay, cool. And then the other one is going to be the Nugget Nectar and Double Nugget Nectar.
The elusive Double Nugget.
I want to kind of center the shot a little bit here. I just realized that
Womp womp.
Yeah, there we go. That looks a little better. The whole last episode didn't look like that.
Well, use your microphone.
What's that? All you see is my mic?
Yeah.
And then, oh my God, so real quick. We were recording an episode for Not Cool in High School, and we had I forget his name now. I'm sorry, but he was just on talking about a fantasy book. I guess you guys went to school with him at one point in time.
That doesn't help me.
Yeah, I don't know. And Andy and Bree knew him, but like the guy's telling us about his book, and I'm looking at the camera at him, and Heidi's sitting where Dan is, and Heidi's just doing this. And I like punched her underneath the table, like fucking pay attention. Like, and she's like, but it was funny to watch.
Well, I watched that one podcast I was on, and like we were towards the end of the night, and I'm sitting there, I'm just going, and then I was smelling the microphone. I'm like, what the?
Oh, you watched it back, watching yourself.
The microphone smells like a beer.
I'm like,
well, I do
like
spray
foam.
I do spray these down with cleaner and stuff. So maybe you were getting into that.
Yeah, maybe.
So first we're going to start off with
Actually full of anthrax.
Yeah.
Sprinkle
it with cocaine. This is the first episode, the first appearance of this one. I think it's the newer one.
Yeah,
right?
this is the new spring seasonal IPA from Trogs, Joyous
IPA. So let's pull this up real quick here. This is a little more loose space, but I think this is the episode where I think I'm gonna release when we're not when we're taking the 21st off. This is the episode I'm going to release for everybody. So this is the one that you would kind of experience what we do on the Patreon. So we're a little looser, and we're already kind of...
You're already 6 beers in.
We're 6 beers in, and we're sneaking more doubles in that. Yeah. So the Joy's IPA 6.5, 18 friends checked it in, gave it a 3.62. 5,076 people have checked it in. That's crazy. That goes to show you that when Trogs puts something new out, people flock to it. Like they want to try it, which is good. And that's just people who tried it on tap. That's not people who don't use on tap, you know?
Yeah.
We average of 3.71. This one here is a muse of Joyous and Fresh and Bright strain of yeast called the Hothead Vaic. We harmonize with its vibrant tropical profile through a combination of aromatic Citra, Sabro, and Azaic hops with notes of Tangelio, juicy papaya, and subtle coconut. This refreshing IPA tops our list for sure signs of another joyous spring has sprung. We taste Tangaleo, juicy papaya, and subtle coconut. And then if you don't already know, Trogs Independent Brewing Company is a regional brewery out of Hershey, Pennsylvania. They have made 86 beers, and they average a 3.79 overall. I will say right now, one of these beers that are on this table is my absolute favorite beer Trogs has ever made, ever. It just this season I drank more of it than any time, and it's company's existence. This was just like I just went nuts on it. So let's get into the Joyce. Has anyone tried it yet? Take a sip.
Yes.
What do you think? It kind of got the
I don't like it.
you don't like it?
I mean, I don't love it, I should say. Like, I don't know. I think First Cut was a better beer. Which was their seasonal, like you can only get it at the brewery. Like this is just I don't know. There's
First
something-
Cut was in can. You can buy it at cans.
Yeah.
not now.
You could have.
This replaces
Our First Cut.
Yeah, this replaces First Cut in the
Really?
hop cycle. You can only get First Cut at the brewery now as of this season.
Oh, that's a shame. That was a good beer.
So I don't know. There's just something.
This is
Like
very
I-
cold. We just pulled these
Like,
out of the
no,
fridge.
no,
too.
I get the Tangelo and
Yeah.
the hops bitter right off the top,
You don't get the coconut? I get the coconut.
but I think that's the Kvike yeast.
Yeah, something's just weird about it. It might be the yeast. Someone said it tastes like a Cadbury cream egg, but I don't get that. I saw someone review it that way.
It's
I could see where people can interpret like that as creamy.
yeah.
I don't know. This one doesn't do it for me.
I don't know. I think this is one I'm gonna have to take another crack at. 'Cause
This is my second. That's what Billy and I have been saying. And like I had a can of it when we went to the hatchet throwing place, and I'm like, and I'm like, I've been wanting to try it again. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't think I'm glad I didn't buy a 6-pack of it. Let's put it that way.
I have 6 bottles of it. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna. I'm gonna.
I mean, it's
definitely-
okay. It's just one's just not digging. I'm not.
I
digging
don't
it.
hate it. I definitely don't hate it.
I don't hate it, but I don't love it either.
Yeah, I would definitely like if I went to a bar and this was the only trogs they had and the rest was all domestic and this is the only craft beer, I would definitely choose this over anything. I definitely like if I'm gonna score this right now, just let me get one more hit here. I taste the coconut and I usually hate coconut. Coconut's usually a huge turnoff for me. But I think the hoppiness of the hops take away that coconut for me. I would probably go 3.5 on this.
That I'd say that's where I am with it, 3.5. I nothing bad about this, but nothing that really screams or grabs you by the socks or anything. It's okay. It's better than average, but there's nothing spectacular about it.
I would take First Cut over this.
Yeah, First
Yes.
Cut is the better beer. I don't know why they decided to go this route, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Is Nimble Giant not a thing anymore?
No, Nimble Giant is
That's
summer.
Summer. Okay. I love Nimble Giant. I can't wait for that to come.
Nimble Giant is their summer. Basically, that's their summer like double IPA.
Okay. What do you think? Not a big IPA guy.
Yeah, I'm not a big IPA. I mean, it's to me, it's just overpowering with the hops.
Oh boy, this line's gonna be tough for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
This is gonna,
like I don't know. There just feels like something missing from this. Like I'm sure it was a scratch at some point, but I don't know. I'm between 2.75 and 3. Like this is not a typical trogue for me.
yeah, that's fair.
You know what's funny though? Down at the brewery, I never knew this. Down at the brewery, you can get their Dunkel lager, and that is fucking awesome. Like that is really
I
good.
wanna
It's just a nice dark roasty lager, and it's like they don't have it on tap. They only had it in bottles, and I'm like, this is awesome. I got a bottle of that. It was so good.
What was the lager that was in the summer series?
When in doubt,
That was awesome.
yeah, the Hells is always good. That's always a good one.
That was really good. All right, so now we got. I'm gonna pour this, and I'll let you guys go around and pour yours, and then I'm gonna do a quick rinse on my other glass.
Or did I not put that in here?
Don't drink that one fully yet. We're gonna go back to back with it.
Well, why don't we just pass this around then?
Yeah, we are. So we're gonna go Blizzard versus Double Blizzard. Now, the Blizzard was more of a winter lager. I'm sorry, winter seasonal. It is
Winter
a little,
IPA.
yeah, it is a little older, but
But they're like I said, they're still selling cans at the brewery, so they sell lots of cans of it too.
really,
Yeah.
I guess they're like, hey, we can't give you the double nugget nectar yet, but we can give you double Blizzard.
Well, I think not to the extent of what happened last year with Double Blizzard when it first came out is what happened with Nugget Nectar because it was pretty hard to find the Double Blizzard last year. And then this year they ramped it up. So double nugget will get fucking. That'll be mass produced next year.
Yeah. I say what? Oh, I won't spoil it. I talked a little bit about it, I think, on a previous show, but all right. So Blizzard for me, double Blizzard. All right.
Blizzard on the left, double Blizzard on the right.
The Blizzard's definitely aged.
No, this is what it tastes like all the time.
Really?
I think so.
I gotta pee so bad. You guys cover this.
So there's like a metallic taste to the double Blizzard. I don't know what it is. I don't know if you guys get that too. There's like a metallic back end. Like I normally like double Blizzard, and like a lot of people, I see a lot of hate on, or not double Blizzard, just on Blizzard of hops. I always see a lot of hate on it.
Yeah.
And I always thought it's a solid beer, but there's some like weird metallic-y taste to it this year.
I don't know why I'm getting like an almond smell from the double.
That's the cyanide, or is that arsenic? Which one smells like almonds?
Cyanide.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. Like it might be the bottle too. Like someone said cans were better this year,
I don't see how.
and I don't know. Like
Like a bottle would be cleaner to me. You wouldn't get the metal.
the double Blizzard though is infinitely better. Like this is a fantastic beer. I mean, like the Blizzard of hops is good. It's a nice, clean, no nonsense IPA. Because what do we got on here? Winter IPA to toast hop growers around the world for another successful harvest. The storm of hoppy citrus and pine notes is a bright reminder that the end of the hop cycle is only the beginning. And like I said, I've always liked this one, but others, like I see a lot of hate on it for some reason. I don't know. Have you ever noticed that anywhere?
No, but
Like a lot of like the breweries and PA group I belong to, and like some other craft beer stuff on Facebook. Like I see always a lot of hate on Blizzard of hops for some reason. Even personally, like friends like, oh, I don't like that one.
Yeah.
But
I agree with you. As you were saying, as I was walking away, I heard you. I get the metallic-y.
yeah, there's like a metal taste on this one.
that I don't know if I would personally characterize it as metallic, but yeah, I think there's something off on the finish on the double Blizzard. I went back and I looked because it's been a while since I had either of them. My average
Oh, you're
score-
having a weird taste on the double Blizzard.
yeah,
Oh, really?
but
In the past I've gave Double Blizzard a 4.25.
so that's now the single Blizzard I average a 3.8 and the double a 4. But when I have them side by side like this, I like the original better.
Yeah, I think just going on first taste, I would knock my Blizzard hops down to a 3 for me.
I do 3.5 on Blizzard of hops.
The double Blizzard is a little hoppier for me.
I went 3.5 on this year's double Blizzard.
Yeah, I think I'm going with you on that one too.
Last year, I think double Blizzard was better last year.
This is the first time I've had it this year, so I would agree with
Yeah, like the last year's double like when Craft House got the cans, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, double Blizzard, awesome. And I just thought last year's was better.
Yeah, I'm going 3.5 with double Blizzard. Previous year I gave it 4.
Yeah, it was better last year. They're both good beers though. I'm like, don't get me
Yeah.
wrong. I would love to have had a can of this to vary it.
Yes.
Because Billy said that the cans were better than the bottles. Because when Blizzard of Hops first came out, I got a 6-pack of bottles because I really like it.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, just something was off. And like, that's where I'm getting the metallic taste. I'm not getting it on the double personally, but I think last year's was better. I think last year's was hazy too.
Yeah.
This one's pretty clean. Not bad beers either by any.
No, I definitely,
shape.
if they're there, I'm drinking them. They're still above average. I'd still enjoy them. I feel like a full balloon right now.
I'm not too far behind.
Yeah, that's how I've been doing lately.
I think my
too.
next one, even though I love these next two, I'm gonna go for smaller pours.
We went to the wheel yesterday and had I got like a kielbasa sandwich with like fucking smoked Gouda or some shit on it. And then like I had a session IPA I forget the brewing company, but that was pretty good. And then an Irish potato candy stout from Flying Fish Brewing was fucking awesome.
When we were out and about yesterday, I bought some high-end kimchi.
Ooh, kimchi's so good.
But so I for lunch today before I came over, I had 2 kimchi burgers.
Yeah, you were showing me those earlier.
Yeah.
That looked wonderful.
And
kimchi's really good for you too.
We were out of hamburger buns, so we made them on everything bagels.
Oh, nice. Yo, I need that for breakfast.
5-minute burp. I had like a 5-minute burp. Oh, you just see the food he got kind of pumping out of his house.
Oh, dude, those kimchi burgers are wonderful. Kimchi's so good.
Yeah. All right.
It's like the sauerkraut of Korea.
Once Dan comes over, we'll get his take on these next 2 beers. Didn't like them? Not a big IPA guy though either. Yeah, welcome back. You
Hey,
got a good pee?
Yeah.
Welcome back to Bangin Beers podcast.
All right. Thank you very much.
We're supposed to have Jen and Bob on today's episode. Bill had to work a little bit, and Jen was not feeling too well. So thank you for stepping in and helping us.
Yeah, thanks.
Helping us out here.
Hanging out, Dan.
Yeah. Thanks for the invite.
What you got going on with your bushcraft stuff?
I'm on hiatus with that
Hiatus?
right now. I'm actually trying to start a new journey here with helping some people out, eating right, physically fit.
I need to do that.
It ain't me. Ain't this guy.
That ain't Tony Blackwell.
I got shit to do.
I
keep going. I'm going to get back to the gym, and then I wake up and it's 17 degrees out, and I'm like, fuck that, because it's 6 a.m. and I'm going back to bed where it's warm.
Yeah.
But I think Tuesday I'm going to finally start getting my ass up and going again.
When do you think we start opening the gym back up at work?
It's open.
Is it? You're allowed to use it?
They just reopened it last week.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you just have to get a badge from the front desk now to use it because they're sanitizing them.
Yeah.
So that way they can track how many people are in there.
Oh.
But yeah, it is open.
Okay.
Did they not?
Then they
announce that?
scrape your DNA and
There's a lot of stuff we don't.
You know, it's funny. I don't think they actually sent us anything to put in to the announcements either.
Really?
So, but there's like, but yeah, you can go to the front desk and get you can get a badge to get in. Like that way they can know how many people are in there at one time.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna start going to the gym after work.
But yeah, I think Tuesday I'm gonna finally start getting my ass back because I need to get in shape. I was in the best shape of my life in 2019 since probably
So was
high
I.
school.
Really?
Like I was like coming out of like winter, I'm like I've always been a small dude. Like me being fat is like current. I can't help that. That's just my body.
Yeah, listen to this.
That's just my body. That's just me. But like I feel it. Like I know I don't look it, but I feel like shit.
Yeah.
And I'm tired all the time. And when I was 2 years ago, like I think around April or May, I'm like, I need to make a change. 2019. And I found this program I really liked. It was Dr. Jim Stepani. It was called Super Shredded 8. Actually, I got back and lived, but it's called Super Shredded 8.
That's who I follow.
And like this dude like backs all of his shit with like science. So like it's not like just like, oh, you do all the like, oh, German volume training or whatever shit doesn't make sense.
Is it like free weight training and everything?
Most of it, yes.
Yeah, I can't do that.
But
I have to do resistance bands.
But I mean, no, he actually tailors it to that too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they have versions with resistance bands too.
Yeah, I have to do a full.
His new isolate, the clear isolate.
I heard that list.
bomb.
Dude, his supplements,
I
they're
have some out in
pricey,
the
but they're
car.
so good.
I have some out in the car. I'll give you some.
Nice. Yeah, like his pre-workout is
Car.
the best.
Yeah.
Like a lot of pre-workouts, I'll get used to them.
A
But
lot
the
of 'em have
pre-gym is
niacin in 'em.
yeah. Oh, and you get the weird tingles.
Yeah, and then I turn bright red like I'm gonna have
Yeah.
a fucking stroke or something. I'm
But,
like, I can't do that no more.
But anyway, I did his one program. It's called Super Shredded 8. And it was an 8-week period, 6 days a week. It was intense. And like after I build up to it, but like the gains you make each week are ridiculous. Like, and I almost had abs. Like if I cleaned my diet up a little bit, I would have had a 6-pack. But
Nice.
but like I was in really good shape. I could do whatever I wanted. I was even doing like stuff like I would do extra stuff. Like I could do muscle ups. And like I've never been able to do this in my life. And that's when you do a pull up over the bar.
Yeah.
And like I was able to get like 5 or 6 of them. And I'm like,
we made a joke or like, oh, I can't wait for summertime. We can like all hang out and go do vacations and hang out together. And like, We always joke around like we're gonna do double dates, like we're gonna hang out, and Hi's like, we can't go anywhere like where we fucking have to be in bathing suits around these fucking guys. Like him and his wife look like fucking models, and then us walk out just like,
No, not at all.
Is that the guy?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He's like 52.
Yeah, but he probably does nothing but work out all day.
What's his life?
He's not in a factory fucking.
But either way, but like his shit works.
Yeah.
Like it works. Like I got in the best shape of my life in like 8 weeks since high school. And
How much is this program?
I think it was free on bodybuilding.com at the time.
Really?
Actually, yeah.
Oh wow.
I mean, I subscribed to
running-
his
he's running
thing just
special.
because his app, it's like I think I actually canceled and complained. I'm like, I'm not using it there. I think I pay like $5 for like every other month for it or something.
Yeah.
But like his shit works. His supplements are really good. But so like I coasted through that in our Bermuda trip in 2019. And then it just kind of took a break from the gym. Like I was just busy with work and shit because it
Enjoying
was
the
peak, it was
podcast.
peak
We
season.
ruined you.
No, it was peak season and shit. So like I was working a lot. I'm like, I still have time to go. Then right around like at the beginning of 2020, I started going back and then I hurt my hand. I don't know what the hell I did, but I couldn't press, I couldn't pull, I couldn't do anything. So when that healed, the week I started going back to the gym, fucking COVID hit and everything shut
Yeah.
down.
Oh, yeah.
So then I've just been binge drinking for the past 18 months.
That's our boy. All right, so this is crazy. I gave Nugget Nectar a 3.50, but I'm upping my score for how much I drank of it this season. 4. I'm going 4.5. This year's Nugget Nectar was unbelievable. I drank more of it this year and I didn't check it all in. I probably should have. It'd be funny to see how many actual cans of it.
Yo, I
drank.
am so behind on check-ins.
Yeah.
I take the pictures, then I'm like, I'll get to it.
Yeah. The Nugget Nectar is probably my favorite Trogs beer I've ever had. It was just unbelievable. I was a huge fan of it.
And Nugget is one of those. There's a slight, very
see your eyes right here.
small cloudiness to. You're upside down in this.
Yeah. Yeah, so are your eyes.
But
are
there's like a
down.
very slight
down.
cloudiness between the double and the regular.
Yeah.
But Nugget Nectar, like the tail of Nugget Nectar is like sometimes years are better than others.
And this year was
And this year's fucking on. Yo, dude, they sell 6-packs at Weiss.
do they?
I got one last night.
Just get it if you see it from me, and I'll give you the money.
So the last time I had one was before I went to the upgrade because my average was 3.75. I forgot how good this is.
Yeah, Nuggets.
For the original Nugget Necker today, I think I'm gonna up my score to a 4. And let me wash the rest of this down, and we'll see what I think of the double.
Yeah, let's go double here. Double it up.
So the best pre-workout. stuff
We're
I
talking
found-
beer here. Let's get fucking.
relax.
Jesus
Chubby.
Christ,
Sit on there.
Tommy. He's
Fuck.
fat shaming me on my own podcast. This fucking. Go ahead, talk pre-workouts.
How have I never checked Nugget Nectar in?
You're out of control.
Fresh beet juice. You want the best pre-workout for a pump? Fucking beet juice.
I don't care about the pump. I just need the energy.
I'm ser-
There's
well,
like 300 milligrams of
fucking-
caffeine in
Fucking
pre-gym.
Dwight Schrute over here. Beats.
Beats.
Battlestar Galactica.
I can't believe I've never checked Nugget Nectar in. What the fuck? Like it's one of my favorite beers, and I've never checked it in on tap. I just assumed I did. I
Okay,
guess.
double.
You're like, it's good. I don't even have to say anything about it.
Fuck, I don't even have like a full picture of it. Whatever.
So I really like Nugget Nectar. Double Nugget Nectar is still very good, but I think it's a hair under the normal Nugget Nectar.
I'm gonna agree with you there. I previously had this rated at a 4. I'm keeping it there today, but having them both back to back like this,
There's a little boozier.
not by much, but like you said, a hair. I think I prefer the original.
Same here. That's where I stood too.
You know what I think is the issue? Trogs consolidated their check-ins. Like there used to be like Nugget Nectar by years.
Yeah.
See, that made me mad because they did away
Yeah.
with that with the Mad Elf.
Yeah, exactly. So like you could check in by years, and I think that's why I don't have a check-in at Nugget Nectar.
That makes sense.
Because I would check it in by year.
because it just would have reverted to the baseline. It would have showed up as.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Then I guess it
yeah.
never did.
Well, I
check it.
think what they can do too is be like they can when you check it in, be like, oh, this is from 2019. Oh, this is from like.
But
so
you
the app
can
kinda does
add
it.
comments. But what he's saying is whether it was the brewery or an individual did it. Especially with the Mad Elf is what started this,
Yeah.
because that's like a truly annual release.
Yeah,
And so the original was just Mad Elf.
and it's also a classically like cellared beer too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like the next year, whether it was the brewery or an individual, like, oh, this is the new one. It's not the same as the old one, and it continued to go each year. And I'm not sure when it happened. I noticed it maybe a month ago, but because I ran across some vintage Mad Elf, and I wanted to see if I had that year before or not.
Yeah.
And all my vintage ones went away, but that's what they did. They just
Somewhere got consolidated.
there is an option to flag entries as duplicates, and I'm guessing that's what happened. Someone on the moderation team just decided that all the vintages were duplicates, and but my none of my numbers changed as far as
The
like
check-ins.
my totals. So that's what happened to them all.
So
All the vintage ones got converted into
you gotta check
regular.
you
Mad
gotta check
Elves.
the year you checked it in. Then, like when you go back and check your check-ins, like, oh, that's from
I am.
this year.
So I'd have to look at the individual date then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I mean they're both fantastic. I think the regular Nugget Nectar is better than the double.
Yeah.
The double's good. I mean, it's a little bit more boozy because it was like 2% higher
Yes.
booze, but there's no significant. Like, I think there's a significant difference between the double Blizzard versus the Blizzard hops.
I agree.
But I don't think there is between the Blizzard or the double Nugget and the regular.
I just think if you don't want as much of the booziness taste, the double Nugget Nectar is not for you. But if you
but it's
still,
still very smooth.
but it is very smooth. But I think that the Nugget Nectar is just the perfect smoothness. It tastes great. It's still high ABV. That you don't have to go out.
Yeah, I mean,
and,
Nugget's 7.5%. That's nothing to sniff at.
yeah, absolutely. But I mean, like, for people,
and correct me if I'm wrong too. Wasn't there a release where they did this on Nitro too?
Yes, and
What?
I did not like that.
really,
No, I thought I had it on Nitro, and I thought
Yeah,
the
same thing. I was disappointed. Yeah,
I thought the Nitro killed the hop character of it because it was too smooth.
oh wow,
Like when you do Nitro, you lose that like effervescence that you have in a normally carbonated beer. So like when you pour a smooth beer out like a Nugget Nectar, like it was okay, but it lost that like that hop edge to it. And it's an imperial, but technically it's imperial amber ale. It's not an IPA. People think it's an IPA.
red ale. Yeah,
Yeah. So, but the Nitro that's probably why they don't do it anymore. It was just a bad idea.
yeah,
Like Nitro, I think should stick stouts. Like I've never had, and like some brown ales. Like the only other one I really like, Smittix on Nitro is good, and Boddington's Pub Ale is always a good Nitro. But like hoppy beers, I think it kills it
yeah.
because you lose that aromatic.
I wish that Trogs would put at least one lager in their regular rotation and not have to wait for summer. Like that's just my personal take. Like the when in doubt, I wish that was a seasonal, like all year round.
Yeah.
Just me personally.
Well, like I said, they have the Dunkel lager right now at the brewery. You can get. in
Yeah, I haven't
bottles.
tried it yet. I want to try it.
So good. And then, but yeah, their lagers are fantastic. Their Hopback apparently is getting discontinued too, which is a very good ale too.
oh yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah,
Well, it's like, so apparently they're discontinuing distribution, but you can still get them at the brewery. Like Java Head Stout's getting discontinued.
That sucks.
Hopback Amber Ale is getting discontinued. And they were some of the flagships. Like
Yeah.
Java Head Stout is fantastic. But
didn't they have a different name before?
no, it was always Java Head.
I thought it had a different name.
They have a few different, like they have, was like because the chocolate stout's now the cacao,
Cacao. That's what I'm
whatever.
thinking of. Yeah.
but the Java Head was like their coffee stout.
And their first cut series, like if you go to the brewery, like it's one of those, like they're that brewery that you can go buy them in the stores and enjoy yourself and have a great time. But they're also that brewery that when you go there, they're like, oh, you also have the first cut series and all these scratch series that you can enjoy.
Yeah, that's my biggest gripe about Trogs is like they'll have a scratch that's amazing and then you'll never see it
They
again.
never see it
Yeah,
again.
we were there. They had some kind of sour cherry ale the one time. It was fucking amazing. My brother still raves about it. And it was
See,
just
that's another
scratch.
thing too that I'd like to know what their process is to evaluate with the scratch series what goes to distribution and what remains at the brewery.
Yeah.
Because I mean, not that I've ever had a horrible one or a bad one that gets distributed. They do the variety packs every so often. But for anyone who's never been there, when you're at the brewery, there's all kinds of, especially with the scratch series, like there's any given day, there's probably 20 beers they make that you've never heard of that are available.
They had a dry hop pilsner the one time that was part of the scratch. Was one of the most amazing beers.
They
I've
just
ever had
experiment.
there. Yeah,
They're like, hey, we're going to experiment and see what sticks.
Oh,
and
you
see
know,
what
but
people
like, but that's,
I guess we'll probably go by volume of sales, maybe.
I mean, but that's like, you know, they had, if I remember right, when I was there, they had like when you sat down, they gave you a survey that was optional, you know, of course, but you know, but there's so many amazing beers that just I realize you can't make everything.
Yeah.
But just sometimes when you see something and you're like, oh, this is fucking incredible.
Yeah.
I can't wait till they release this, and it never happens. And I would just like to have some insight into what the process is to decide what what goes out and what doesn't.
Like, so I have three holy grails for me personally on this podcast. I would love to do something at Flying Dog, and that's just the only reason I'm saying that is number one because out of state. But my other two is Yingling. I would love to sit down with like. I don't think we'll ever get Mr. Yingling or Dick, but one of the
Palermo's on a Friday night.
Yeah, I don't want to be like
why don't you get with
one of the daughters of the band be the ones we want.
I would love to him or the daughters is just to talk Yingling and drink.
I think
Yingling
Dick's
beers.
pretty hands off at this point. One of the daughters would be the
choice. I would be okay with that too. One of the daughters.
No, I mean that's who you're gonna want to talk to because they're the ones driving the Raging Eagle and stuff.
Yeah,
they're the ones
really tight.
I would love to sit down with one of the family and just do a Yingling episode. And I would love to sit down with Trogs. I would love to
I think Trogs is attainable.
Yeah.
Because like the Trog brothers have liked my Instagram posts of Trog shit. Like not just like the brewery, but like the Trog brothers have liked shit I've posted.
Yeah. That's awesome. I listen. The more I listen to a lot of podcasts and I support a lot of podcasts. And I love a lot of podcasts, but I feel like we just have a different take. I know if you listen to podcasts, people are like way more structured and they have like way better things than us. But like, I think the everyday person style we bring, where we're average Joes who just drink beer. And I think we speak to more of the beer people than we know we do. You know what I mean? Like, we're not beer snobs. We don't know a lot. You know what I mean? Like we dabbled in home brewing, but we just drink beer and we love drinking beer and we just come from an average place. But I think quality wise in the show, I think we've upgraded. Our progression speaks for itself. If you watch Bangin' Beers 1 and watch Bangin' Beers 101, we came so far. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, that's just kind of the natural order of things too. And like, I think Bob's like, your descriptions are fucking ridiculous. Bob's like the fucking Cicerone. That's like really
definitely the most educated one on the show.
Yeah, and like I can pick out a lot of the stuff. There's certain things I won't notice, but I mean that's just my palate.
Yeah.
So
well, you know, but that's like just to go back like that. You know, like you know, I never had any formal training in you know this stuff, and just to
But also that all comes into bullshit too. So
well, no, I mean, but like from like reading stuff like that, and you're just like, oh, you know, like, oh, I thought that was just sweet. And now that I see that, you know, you're right. That does kind of taste like caramel. It's not just sweet. There's something distinctive about it.
Yeah, like with that Doppelbock we did in the last portion, like I got the caramel and like toffee of it. Because you were worried about the coffee taste.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I can remember one of the first times something like this happened to me is when and it was with a Dunkel, and someone said like, "You're going to be amazed how bready that tastes." I'm like, "Fucking beer that tastes like bread? Get out!"
What the fuck does that mean?
And you know, so take a little sip, swish it around, let it get warm up in your mouth, and then let it trickle down the back, really, really, and you're like,
hit all those taste buds,
and you're like, holy fuck, this clown is right.
Yeah, right.
Did I just eat Wonder Bread?
Yeah.
Well, it tastes like a marble rye from Schnitzer's.
So we're gonna start with you on this one. I know you're not a big, huge IPA fan.
It's not an IPA
though. What's one?
It's not an IPA.
Which one? Double Nugget?
Yeah, it's a red ale.
An ale.
Imperial Amber. Yeah.
Where do you sit for your beer of the night?
On this one.
The regular Nugget?
Yeah, that one was decent. I mean,
decent.
Decent.
I'll spit on you.
Oh, they're spitting at us.
I really like the double necker.
Oh,
Like,
you want that boozy?
yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I
so
like that.
Dan's going double nugget nectar.
Yeah.
I'm going regular. That's my beer of the night.
Also going regular nigger.
Yeah, I'm regular nugget.
Yep.
I said nigger. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It was a combination of nectar and nugget.
I didn't want to.
I did not say what you wanted. I did not say something bad.
Yeah. We are also a few beers. Yeah, it was definitely not. It was Nager. It was not anything terrible.
It was a combination of nectar and nugget. I
Yeah.
apologize.
It's a new word. and
Nugget
we're
nectar
keeping
is
it.
my number one.
We're definitely not keeping it. This is a guest.
Hashtag
He's a guest on the show. He's not a regular.
doesn't matter. They always have me back.
They do. Maybe not after tonight. You started coining words here. Second beer of the night.
At least I didn't say it.
Yeah, that is very true. I'm gonna go nugget, double nugget.
Gonna say some words there. Never had the chance to say before. Where you going with this, Frank?
Double, yeah,
Double.
Yep.
For double number 2?
yeah,
Double.
yeah. I think double clears it. For me, I'm gonna go joyous over the blizzards.
I'm not. I'm for 3.
Yeah,
I go
Double.
double blizzard.
I'm gonna mess it all up. Single blizzard.
Oh, it comes down
Oh.
to you, guest boy. You have the
I'm gonna
fate.
have to say that blizzard.
The
Blizzard.
regular blizzard double.
This one.
Oh,
Regular.
Blizzard. All right. Well, Blizzard wins third place. So first place out of the Trogs lineup is going to be Nugget Nectar. Second place is going to be Double Nugget Nectar. And third place is going to be Blizzard Hops. If you're watching this and you're like, man, these guys are fucking schlubs. They sound like they're drunk.
No, get
We
over it.
are.
You would be right. Because the way this episode recorded is we did episode 101 first. And this is a
110.
110. Yeah. See, I don't even know what number we are. We did 10 episodes right back. No, we did episode 110. And then we, you just did 6,000.
The last one was my 6,500th.
Bob's a
check-in.
goddamn
You're
fucking
Untapped.
untapped
God.
monster.
I would like to interview someone from Untapped, like have them come Untapped.
I've been to their outside their offices
Yeah.
in
Pittsburgh.
Wilmington, North Carolina.
Oh, North Carolina. But yeah, we
We were walking down the street in Wilmington. I look up in this Untapped office. I'm like, fucking Untapped, sweet. I have a picture somewhere of it.
But yeah, this is the Patreon episode. The Patreon episode is usually a lot more off the rails. It's not as long. We just go through, we talk more, we're a little looser. If you want to support the Patreon, like I said, $1 gets you a shout out on the podcast. $5 gets you bonus content, which you're watching now. We're going to release this week for the 21st because I will be away that weekend and we're not going to be recording. So this is what we do on the Patreon. We're a little more drunk. We're a little more silly.
This was
little
actually
looser.
6 through 10 on the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so it's a longer day, but thank you guys so much for the continued support. We try not to pay for advertisements or pay for Google to put us in these things, and we're really relying on word of mouth. So if you do watch and listen to the podcast, help us out. A share goes a long way. Just telling people you know about us goes a long way. A t-shirt, if you walk around with a t-shirt on, it helps. You went all the way to Stroudsburg and someone noticed the logo, which is awesome. So definitely help us grow in this community. That'll do it for Bangin podcast. I know you did your plugs earlier on the episode, but you're wearing your Hidden River shirt.
Yeah, Hidden River shirt, and actually, I didn't finish the Virginia trip. So for the places that I didn't get to mention, like I said, the day started at Troika Gastronom. It's a Russian and Eastern European grocery store in Falls Church, Virginia. We were at Caboose Commons Brewery, and we were at Audacious Ales, the other brewery, and then we went to Foster's Grill in Chantilly, and we finished the day at the O International Markets in Manassas. Amazing selection there. We actually we spent over $400 in that store before we.
Holy shit!
Yeah, some crazy stuff coming up with the food posts from home.
Nice.
I just got an alert saying that if you qualify, you'll be seeing your stimulus check within days, which is exciting. I can't wait.
Mine's going to the Australia Fund.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a little political on the Patreon real quick. You know what annoys me about this is that the Republicans were like, "Hey, do us a favor. We want 2,000. So just take out the 14, do 1,400 because we already gave 6, right?" And they're like, "Okay." So they went and played ball. They worked together. They got the thing. And then when it came to time to pass it, it was a 50-50 split. They none of them. They all met in the middle where they wanted, and they didn't even help vote for it anyway.
Well, the fucking problem is they always add all this bullshit in. It doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
literally, the bill coming into the beginning of the year was
riders,
just like, here's the money. We're voting on that, and then they're like, nope. Now
Yeah.
it's like, oh, let's put this fucking San Francisco mass transit bullshit into it and stuff. The moral of the story
count
is
goldfish in the fucking ocean.
my constituents need a new bridge over that damn river.
Yeah.
I've been poisoned by my constituents. The moral of the story is the Democrats and Republicans are both pieces of shit.
Yeah, they're just like, they don't care about us at all. Neither one of them.
None of them care about us.
Truest words spoken today.
None of them care about us. They care about who's fucking giving them a kickback somewhere.
Exactly. Louis Black said it
We
best.
have
Republicans say, "I have a shitty idea," and Democrats say, "I can make it shittier."
well now we have 2 months ago this would have been reversed, but right now it's like I got the Democrat that's blasting me in the ass, or I got the Republican that's gonna blast me in the ass.
Mhm.
Come on, man.
It's all one big ass blast.
Well, we're getting $1,400.
Always
That's all that
sunny in
matters.
Philadelphia. But yeah, I mean, it's probably new countertops for me, so cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be new stuff for the podcast.
I need a new kitchen.
I didn't really say it on Bangin' Beers, but my new plan is I credit myself for being a pretty decent artist. I can cartoon very well, but there's definitely things I need to work on, and I realized if I put my mind to something, I can get better at things. And obviously, podcasting is a proof of that. You know, the growth and just putting the work in and studying and researching. So I'm actually going to order a graphic design tablet. Cool. One of those like 16-inch tablets that like the professionals use to do graphic design. So I'm going to take a dabble at doing logos and graphic design.
Mhm.
I'm going to make my own Teespring where like maybe because fucking on the internet, it
Art
doesn't even,
like that shit though is it's like music. If you don't practice, you're not gonna get better.
yeah.
Like I used to be a really good drawer.
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, I used to draw all the time. I used to take my X-Men cards and I would draw them.
Yeah.
And I was getting really good, and then I just stopped. Now
My
I can
problem is
draw fucking
coloring.
anything.
Like making the colors make it look like it pops.
Yeah.
That's what I have to learn.
Dude, the adult coloring books on like that you can download
Yeah.
and use on like I forget what the app is, but there's some really cool stuff you can do with that. Like
Not the porn ones.
follow Jordan Buckley from Every Time I Die on Instagram
Yeah.
because he does all the art for everything, and he'll post like live videos of him coloring on like an iPad and shit,
Really?
and it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I got to definitely get in it. But I want to start diving into the logo game a little bit. And not only I was looking, I was like, man, if I get really good art, if I get good at art, I said, I'm already with the podcast game. I've already made connections with breweries. Like I can get my art on cans. I've made really good connections in the independent wrestling scene. I can help wrestlers get merchandise and logos. Like I have all these ins where I can make, like, and I'm not trying to make a couple bucks, but like I can, you know what I mean? I would probably just be like, hey, here's my art. Use it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And one of my favorite things that I used to do, like I used to make show flyers for everybody. And I would just take like old movie posters and I would remove everything in Photoshop, and then I'd build the flyer over everything. And it was fucking awesome.
I want to learn how to do all that. Like I want to, like, I love spoof logos.
Clone
like,
tool.
yeah. So that's what I want. That's another thing I'm doing with the stimulus. I'm going to do some stuff with the podcast because pretty much the stimulus is going to get me where I need to be with the podcast, where I would honestly say equipment wise, we're done. Like we have everything we need to last us a while until something new comes along, which, you know, it may or may not, but we'll be pretty much caught up, done, everything we need. Headphones. There's a few things like on the side when we travel that would make my life a lot easier. And then the graphic design tablet, which
Actually,
is pretty cool.
Most of mine's probably going to a fence and a shed.
Yeah. so it's very helpful. So you're going to see some other cool things coming to the show. Well, not so much you're going to notice, but like people at the table are going to notice. But yeah, anything else you want to plug?
A refrigerated trailer.
Refrigerated trailer?
Yeah, that way when you go to stops and you get these beers, it'll stay cold.
So I can freeze the bodies of my victims and then
That's
dump
it.
them around
Or that.
Miami.
Yeah.
That's
The
a
ice
side
truck killer.
project. We're not going to talk
The
about.
Sun Project. That's how we get our ransom money.
Yeah.
Anything you want to plug?
No, like I said, Faith and Exile is getting back in the room together. So we have one new song almost done.
How's Hands Resist doing? Has that been on a little bit
don't
of a
know.
break? I know. Jim's been really busy helping with the brewery.
I can't tell you. I honestly don't know.
Well, Jim, who's a member of the Hands Resist, is a crucial part of Pilgaroo opening. He's been doing
His contracting company's been really dubbing that out for them.
so a huge shout out to him, even though he's an unsung hero when it comes to Pilgaroo, because he's the guy in there getting it done. The reason it's getting done so fast and it's gonna look so amazing is because of Jim.
Yeah,
from
his
Hands
company's
Resist.
really good. He's a really good
A
contractor.
very good contractor, and he's the reason why he'll be the reason why if we get into that brewery quicker to have a beer, because he's just a fucking hard ass worker and he's good at what he does.
Yep.
They just put a bunch of photos up now of Pilgaroo and what's going on, and that's Jim. Remember his man,
Yep.
So, anything else?
I think that's it right now.
What you got?
I don't know. Just support your local people. Like even your like your lumber yards. Like you know what I mean. Like people are just hurting. You know all these big corporations.
Yeah, fucking
Even,
corporations.
yeah. Fuck you, Amazon. They
As
lost.
I have 3 packages showing up today.
Yeah, of course you would.
let's put it this way: if you can avoid shopping at those places,
Do it.
do it.
Because
Like I
it's-
can't get the Mindhunter fucking book from anybody around here, so I have to get it from Amazon.
Yeah.
So
Listen, if I need
that's
stuff,
my next
if
read.
I need stuff from the podcast or cables or cords, I get them from Amazon.
You know what's
Or
funny?
DVDs for like my nerdy collection, I get those on Amazon. But like if I need beer or food or
Yeah.
anything, I'm go local.
Like
love
I
your
can't
local
find
food.
certain things local. But like you know what's funny? So we started watching Mindhunter on Netflix, which we're related to the game, but because it's all if you've never seen it, it's all about the FBI when they started doing profiles on
Criminal
serial killers
profiling.
and everything. And just their interrogation techniques have helped me in my real life job.
You're like,
To this,
You're like, wait, I can flip back to episode
So-
9 of season 6.
like just interrogation techniques they've been using have helped me in my job
well,
already. So I ordered the book from the actual FBI agents that wrote it and
Yeah.
how they did the profiling, and I'm going to use that as like my training.
well, I'm only making a joke here. This is definitely not real, but like one of the things he does in the show is like a serial killer. A lot of people are like, "You're disgusting. You killed and raped that girl." And then what he would do is he'd walk in and be like, "She was hot, right?"
Yeah,
And the guy would be like, "Yeah, she was." He'd be like, "You said they were probably she's a nice ass, right?" It's like, "Fuck yeah, I did, bro. High five." He's like,
Yeah.
"You're fired." He pretty much played into the ego of the person committing the crime.
I'll tell you my story after this.
Yeah, because that's kind of what he did in Mindhunter. Like, and people are like, "You can't say this." He's
Yeah,
like,
there's like a tape they ran when he says some rather not cool things to say when you're interrogating somebody.
yeah. He was like, he agreed with them. He was like,
Yeah,
he's
but-
like, I'm on your team, bro.
But then like the dude opened up because of that.
yeah, and then he's like, "Gotcha, bitch."
And then it all turned out to be like, yeah, we don't care.
yeah.
It's like good for you.
He's like, if you can get me a pair of panties so I can sniff, I'll tell you anything you want. The guy's like,
There you go.
funny
buddy.
you say that. Here's some panties. And the guy's like, oh, and he's just like, tell me everything. And then he told him, he's like, gotcha.
Yep.
Yeah. So that'll do it for
Watch
Bangin'
Mindhunter is really good.
Yeah, Mindhunter's a great show. It's
Yeah,
on
if
Netflix.
more people watch it, maybe we'll get season 3.
Absolutely. We'll see you guys next time. Here's the Bangin' Bears podcast. Closing out with Faith and Exile.